It's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right. What is our cool subject for today? Let's dive right on into it. Our subject for today is bait and switch. Oh, what's that? Switch and bait? What is that? You know, it's an old term that's been around for a long time. You know, I've been in sales since the 80s in one form or capacity, and I've sold a lot of products, but I remember working in retail and selling electronics for years and years. So when people came to my brick and mortar store, you know, we'd have this thing called bait and switch, and we would always have something that brought the customers in. It was a great ad. All your ads a lot of times have what they call a leader piece that's really not worth much. You don't make any money off of it, especially if you work on commission, or if your store, you know, it's called a loss leader, they don't make no money off of it. But what happens is the customer, it catches their eye. Ooh, this is a good deal. Oh, I need to go check this out. And so what would happen is in the old days, you'd have customers, or even today, customers would come in and ask for a particular product, and you would probably say, I don't got it. And they'll look at you like, well, wait a minute, I want to go ahead and look at that. I'd like to go ahead and get it. They don't even know if it's the best one for them, but in their mind, they've already made a decision that, hey, listen, based on the information I've got, I want to buy that one. So a lot of times what would happen is people would say, well, we don't got it, or maybe you would like this one better. See, what you need to do, that's the wrong approach. If you have what they call a loss leader, okay, if you're not wanting to get in trouble for bait and switch, what you need to do is take the customer directly to that product. You're probably going, wait a minute, I don't really want to sell that particular product. We're not going to make no money on it. Well, let me tell you what, marketing is marketing and customers are customers. And these days, people can have lawsuits on you like you ain't never seen. And if you get in a lawsuit, that little leader piece that you were trying to sell and you didn't want to sell it, well, you're about ready to lose your whole company. You're getting ready to lose your business because you were doing this thing called bait and switch. So the key to success is what I was taught when I was a very young salesperson, is to take your customer directly to that product. Even if you don't have any in stock, but you have one on the floor, you need to take the customer to that particular product. You need to talk to them about the features and benefits, but while they're standing there, you also want to make sure that they see good, better, and best. And you can say, hey, listen, I know you're interested. This is a fine product and everything, and we can go ahead and get one. Unfortunately, we don't have one in stock, but we could order that one for you. Or if you have it in stock, we got one in the back there. I'll be glad to get it. But while you're here, why not go ahead and let you see what's even better and the different features, and that way you can make an informed decision. And I remember my boss saying, look, you know, if they come in to look at this leader TV, sometimes people are going to buy that one, but the majority of times once people see it, you give just a couple of features and just a couple of benefits, but see, what you do is say, hey, look, and also we have these other particular ones. This one has this, and this will do that, and this, and this, and this, and this particular one will give you this feature, and this one has a little bit more features. And what you're doing is giving them value. They're wanting to buy something. They're already there. Heck, man, don't give them those don't bait and switch them. Don't go ahead and say you ain't got it or you can't have it, or the product's a piece of junk, because your company wouldn't sell junk, would they? Okay. And bait and switch, you better believe it. If you've got a product and you put it in an ad, these customers, they want to buy something, and don't be one of those kind of people who does bait and switch. It still happens today. I've seen it for my own self, where people would say, nah, you don't want to get that product ain't that great. And see, they tried that crap on me, and I'll like look at them and go, you know what, I came in here for that particular one. I did my research, but you know what, I noticed that you got some other ones here. You're lucky that you don't get in trouble for bait and switch. And I'll point it out to them, because I'll tell them, hey, I've been in sales a long time. So be very careful. If you're a brand new salesperson, your company says, hey man, we got these for sale, you may not want to try to sell it. Ask some good questions about what's the difference between the other products that you have, so that way they can sell it with a comparable or something that's even better. Okay, customers in their mind, they come in for a particular product or they see a particular product they want to purchase. You want to give them, give it to them if that's what they want. Don't argue with the customers, because sometimes customers will argue with you and then you get a lawsuit. So the key to success is when you're looking for one of those lost leaders, one of those ones that brought them into your store or come to your website, you want to have some available. And you also, hopefully, they put limited amounts in the ads in this regard, but always have the capability to get those products if the customer is diehard and they gotta have it. So bait and switch. You don't want to get in trouble for that, but you do want to train your salespeople, and that's you. If you're a person who's working in a retail environment or wherever you're working, you've got to know what's the next step up and the one below it. And see, what you'll do is you'll show them 2 or 3 different ones, not so many that it confuses them, but you want to give them choices. And see, what happens is a lot of times when people would come in with our lost leaders, because we were honest about it, we showed them that particular one or 2 features, then we showed them the next one that was a step up, or the next one that was a little bit more, or even more. It gave the customer the opportunity to say, well, you know what, I like that one, but I really like that one better. And then you just write it up. See, features and benefits really matter. You've got to know your presentation. You got to know your products. You got to know what's in stock. You don't want to get excited about selling something else, because you get them off the lost leader, and the next thing you know, you're out there trying to find a product to replace it with, and you ain't even got them in stock. So always know your stock. So what I would do is when a customer would come in there, I'd say, hold on just a minute. Let me go in the back and see if we haven't sold them out yet. And if we didn't have them back there, I'd look at my stock to see what was there. You want to know what your inventory is, and you want to, even if it's $20 more, $40, a couple of $100, because you want to have those increments. They come in for something for $199. You want to have a $220 product there. You got a $250 or a $300, a $400, step by step. And what you want to do is say, hey, listen, while you're here today, I know you were planning on getting this, so we'll be glad to go ahead and get it, but let me just take a few minutes so that way you'll be an informed customer and make sure that you got the best value that works for you. Now, this particular model that you're looking at has this feature and this feature. They're really nice. But this one right beside it, it has this feature, this feature, this feature, this feature, this feature, this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. Between these two, which one do you like better? They're like looking at you like going, damn, that one's a much better deal, and it's only about another $30 or $40. And then you say, I got another one that's even better, and it's got this one, and this one. So what you're doing is you're giving them features and values. A lot of time, those lost leaders, those ones that you think can't help you, I remember the guys would get mad, they get frustrated. Oh man, I have to sell this lost leader. And then I'd look at them, and we do this thing called a TO, a team opportunity, for us to have a conversation with the customer. I'd walk over there and say, hey, listen, that's a great product. I'll tell you what, I just, recently sold one of those, but we had a lady who was just in here, and it was true, I wouldn't lie. We would have products, and she decided to go with this one. They go, well, why? Well, because it had this, and this one only has that. And they would look at you like, well, dang, I understand why they would go ahead and buy that. And as you do a team opportunity, what you're doing is you're taking the pressure off that one salesperson, and you're making a friend. A lot of times people are so weird. They would say, they would treat you like dirt, but the person that stepped up and started talking to them, they'd be like their best friend. And you went ahead and sold a better product, and you made more money for the company. Plus, you had an extended guarantee or a maintenance agreement or a service guarantee on there, and you made the company and yourself, and you also got to split that sale with that guy who wasn't going to make any money at all because he was getting ready to walk somebody, or he was too afraid, or she was too afraid to sell that product because it was a lost leader. It was one of those bait and switch opportunities. And guess what? You don't have to take advantage of customers. Always be above board. If they want that particular product, because some people it doesn't matter if it's not the right one, they have got to have that one, and nothing you say will do anything to change their mind. So you daggone sure want to at least get something better than nothing. But the key to success is if you have the opportunity, show them features and benefits. You want to show them perceived value, give them 2 or 3 other products that are similar or almost the same, and give them the capability to be able to know exactly and be able to pick the one that's going to best suit their needs. Remember, a loss leader, it gets people in the door. It gets people shopping. You got it on your ads. You better make sure, remember, you got some in stock. And if you don't, you want to make sure that you can get the best value for the customer. But you always got to remember the customer is always right. You want to take good care of them. If your business, you want people to come back and see you, build relationships, get referrals, and talk to them. Make sure you sell your guarantees, sell your credit. You want to let people know about your credit and how it works and how they can get this bigger and better particular product that they're coming in to look at or online. Because see, listen, a lot of times people buy stuff because they want to pay cash for it or they want to put it on their credit card. But if you can open an account for them and you can show them where they can get a bigger and better product, and they'll be able to pay in a monthly installment just a little bit more and have the opportunity to pay the product off at any time, or maybe a 90 days same as cash, 1 year same as cash. I'm telling you guys, there are ways to take loss leaders, those ones that were the ones you thought to yourself, man, I don't want to sell that product, and you get all frustrated because, bait and switch. Be very careful. There's legality, there's rules and regulations against that. So make sure if the customer wants it, give it to them, but also make sure that you ask them, hey, listen, do you know the difference between this one, and this one? And they'll look at the price points and go, what? And then you have a great conversation with them. You tell them about all they can benefit with, the service, the guarantees, your free delivery, your opportunity to offer financing, your zero interest promotions, your guarantees that if something goes wrong with the product. And remember, they came in for a loss leader. I used to love it when other salespeople would say, I don't want that sale, or they would just hand it off to me and I'd wrap it up and I'd write it up and they look, hey man, that was my sale. And then you look at them and say, hey, you gave them up and you didn't want to sell them that loss leader. And the next thing I know, I'm selling. And if I have to sell a loss leader, I've still built a friend, a relationship. I take their telephone number, I send them out a card and thank them for their purchase and keep them informed and let them know that, hey, listen, we can have this conversation. You can do selfies with your customers. You can send them texts to tell them about the next sales. So you got to build your business. And everybody who's in sales, we work for ourselves, whether we work for another company. And referrals make a difference. Business makes a difference. And you make a difference. So if you get somebody who's coming in on a loss leader, remember, bait and switch. Don't do it, okay? My name is Gary Lee Stanley, and we just had a simple conversation about selling stuff and bait and switch. Don't do it. It don't work. But there is an opportunity, regardless if they come into something that is inexpensive or a loss leader, that you can still sell it. And you can sell more. Just remember, watch the video. Got a bunch of them. Give me a thumbs up and share these videos, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Bait and switch. Don't you do it. All right.